All right. Yes, here we go. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We are going to do a little bouncing and shaking. Old favorites. That's for sure.
Tie my string off camera.
All right. Well, as you tie your pants off camera, so we're going to do the Charana series today, which is that 27 rotational movements and all that stuff. You're an old pro, you've done it 1,000 times, so you know it. But I figure never hurts to do. We used to do this every single day, and we felt very vital and full of vital energy. Traditionally, it starts with, you got a Forbesy?
Maybe.
What's the start? The heart massage. So we're actually going to start standing up, finding that area where the ribs split. So right below the sternum. I'm going to take the pads of my fingers and just press in here and start rotating in the middle of the chest. So whenever you're ready, we're just doing a gentle heart massage here. Ideally, it's 36 rotations where the hands are going like that.
But who's counting?
But who's counting? That's right. No need to really count things out too much. We don't want to aggravate the fiery energies that are prevalent in warmer weather. Here in Baltimore, it's like, what, 82 degrees or something, 83 degrees. Hey!
It's a warm one.
It's a warm one. So, we'll take it easy as we go. Hopefully. We'll see. I've got the fire in me. So when you're ready, switch directions and rotate those little circles the other way. Just pressing in right where the ribs split. And the heart opener that we're doing, this very subtle thing, is good for if you feel like it's easy for you to get in the fight mode. Like if you start to close up like that, that's when you find that area right where the ribs split, right below the sternum, and just kind of gently press in. Okay. Not worth it. I choose my battles, and hopefully that'll mellow you out. You want to explain, Paul?
Sure. So you can just kind of shake out your arms. Let's bring the feet to be hips width distance and parallel, facing in the same direction. We're gonna take our arms out into a T, and we're gonna inhale and reach to one side. Take the arms like you're grabbing a giant beach ball. Exhale back through center. Inhale, open to the other side, grabbing that beach ball. Exhale back to center, and just keep going like that. Inhaling as you reach, exhaling as you come back to center. We're still on Zoom?
Yes, welcome person who has joined us because we're with the phone. I'm not as aware of who it is, but welcome. So inhaling to the side, exhaling to the center. So as you inhale to the side, you really feel the whole side body through the inhale. It's as if we're kind of inhaling into the sides of our lungs and the sides of our body.
Reaching long, elongating.
So we've now seen what it's like to breathe in through the sides of the body. We can come back to standing. We're gonna take our feet slightly wider, and it's up to you how deep you go in this. We're gonna come into a yoga squat. So if you wanna come all the way down, you just squat all the way down like this. Otherwise, a half squat is fine too. If you're doing a half squat, just make sure to keep your tail tucked and your spine long here. So you'll really feel it in the thighs, but you should feel a looseness of the pelvic floor. So as you inhale, the pelvic floor expands. As you exhale, it gently rises back up. If you're in full squat, you're probably feeling this pretty dramatically. And we don't have to be here too long because I know it's not easy, particularly those of us powerful half squatters. So when you're ready, we'll come back up to standing and take the feet out pretty wide for Garuda squats. You want to teach me?
Yeah, so we're going to step out kind of wide. You can put the feet out at about a 45 degree angle. And we're going to inhale, squat down, take the palms touch overhead, exhale, coming back up. So just inhaling down, Exhaling up. If you're squatting so low that your knees are popping out past your ankles, step your feet out a little wide.
And one thing I also want to mention, you guys both look like you're doing great, but try to keep the knees as open when you come down as possible. So as I squat, my knees aren't coming in, but they're actually staying open, which is kind of hard for me because my hips are tight today, but I'll do the best I can. If it's just a little squat, that's fine too. Inhaling down, exhaling.
Now we're going to do something where we change the breathing. So when you get to the top, we'll take a deep inhale here, and then we'll exhale coming down, inhale coming up, exhaling down, inhaling up. Same exercise, just changing where we inhale and exhale.
One more. The next time you come up to standing, feet can come a little closer together, maybe just wider than hips width. And this is such a subtle movement. We're just going to do it for a second because I'm being thorough today. We're doing all 27 of these movements that we were taught. This is our last sort of see how the breath is pumping through the body movement. You can put your hands kind of right on the upper pectoral muscles here. I'm going to inhale, and as I inhale, I almost bring my shoulders forward just a little bit. It's like I'm feeling the inhale at the top of my lungs. So I'm inhaling up, exhaling, opening down. Inhaling, exhaling. Very weird movement, not traditional yoga in any stretch of the imagination, but the idea is to show where we're breathing into as we breathe. It's a 4-part breath from the pelvic floor, the belly, the ribs, and the upper chest. So this is to emphasize the upper chest.
Yeah. All right. So you can come out of that. Just want to shake your arms, you can. We're going to find ourselves back in a comfortable standing posture. So again, feet can be hips width distance parallel.
Or slightly wider.
Or slightly wider. We're going to take the thumbs, tuck them into the palms, curl the 4 fingers around, and with nice, long, relaxed arms, we're going to rotate just at the wrists. Keeping the shoulders down, we're going to start to take the arms up. Keep rotating those wrists. When you get to the top, we're going to take them down the front. And when you get to the bottom, switch the direction that you're rotating the wrists. And now we'll take them up the front, rotating, rotating, rotating down the side.
And then when your arms get all the way down, just keep your hands the way they are with the thumb tucked in and the 4 fingers around it. We'll take our arms out into a T. This is a favorite. And these aren't really elbow rotations per se, because the elbow is not a ball and socket joint, but it's almost as if your forearms are like windmills here. So my arms stay as much in a T as possible, but you might notice on yourself as you practice it, the rotation's actually happening in the shoulder here. So we'll take it a few times in one direction, and when you're ready, we'll switch the direction. Right when you thought it was going to be an easy class, now we'll turn those windmills up as if we're turning our fans up at the sky. Careful not to whack yourself on the neck as you do this. Great. And then we'll switch direction. If you want to time it with your breathing, you can inhale one way, exhale the other. And then last, we'll turn arms down like we're stirring 2 big pots of soup. Yes, totally. Again, kind of a funky shoulder mode here. But the idea is to just kind of loosen up the joints, lubricate the joints through this rotational movement. When you're ready, switch directions one last time. And we'll just take it out. Brian's going to teach us swimming.
So this exercise, we're rolling the shoulders. So you can do it a couple of ways. You can just act like you're swimming, doing the crawl. If you want to get deeper into the shoulders, feel more of a deep stretch, You can put the hands on the shoulders and do it this way as well. Then we're gonna switch directions, take it back. Now we're doing the backstroke again. Your option, hands sort of floating in space or hands on the shoulders, depending on how deep you're trying to get into those wrists. Hello!
Oh.
Oh.
And then when you're ready, we'll shake it out again. We just got one more arm thing. I promise by the end, you will feel like Mr. T. So speaking of Mr. T, we'll take the arms out into a T, palms face down, and then just little circles. So we're just taking our arms in little circles. I'll show from the side. Those little circles can start spiraling out to bigger and bigger circles. You can go as fast or as slow as you want here. Eventually, the circles can cross at the wrists. And then we'll take our arms back out into a T and go the other way. So little circles spiraling out to bigger circles. You might feel your shoulder blades coming together as you do this. And the arms go back, maybe crossing at the wrists. And the circles find their biggest expression. And then the arms out into a T, palm face up. I promise we're almost done with this most challenging arm event. Little circles again. Eventually spiraling out to bigger circles across at the wrists. And then last but not least, arms out, palms face up, little circles again the other way. Whew, I'm feeling it. Feeling the burn. And then spiraling out to bigger circles across at the wrists. And then we'll just shake it on out. Loosen up the arms. One way I really love to do it is letting one arm drape and just turning the palm front, back, front, back, front, back. And that kind of loosens up any tight muscles through the deltoids and the upper triceps. So the shoulders and the upper arms, basically. Legs.
All right, so we are gonna start getting into
Ankles.
the ankles. You have two options. You can lay down and do this, and you can do it next to a wall, so you don't have to like worry about balancing if you don't want to. But if you want to do it as a balance, then we're going to pick up one leg and just kind of let it hang in space, and you can even hold that leg.
Yeah, you can hold on to
And we're just going to rotate the ankle as make as big of a circle as you can with that ankle, making it go through the entire range of circular motion.
There might be some cracks, there might be some pops, it's okay.
And if it feels awkward, you can't make it go do that. Try it going really slow.
Also, the foot can be right above the ground here. This isn't really a balancing posture so much as a loosening of the ankle. It's called Oof Chakra.
Then we're gonna switch the direction that we're drawing that circle.
It helps to find something on the ground that's not moving and look at that. So maybe don't find an emerging cicada, but maybe a blade of grass that's not blowing in the wind.
And then you can take your foot down, shake it out if you want to. We're gonna pick up the left foot and do the same thing, rotating that ankle.
This one's tight. What was I doing with my left ankle?
Something you weren't doing with your right ankle.
Yeah, my left ankle's been broke.
And at some point, switching the direction. And whenever you're ready, shake out that foot.
And then if you need to shake off a little bit just in general, that's fine too. We're going to bring that movement up to the knee. So again, you can hold under the leg if you want, or hands on the hip. We're just kind of drawing circles with the whole foot on the ground now.
And you can do this again laying on your back, just instead of drawing a circle on the foot. It's like you're drawing a circle on an imaginary wall in front of you.
You can also hold on to a piece of furniture if you're practicing at home. When you're ready, we'll switch directions, taking those circles the other way. Just a few in each direction. Shake off the leg, and we'll do it on the other leg. Same thing. Circles from the knee. Again, like the elbows, the knee is not a ball and socket joint. And so you might actually feel more movement in your hip here than you do in your knee. When you're ready, we'll switch directions, going the other way. Shake that leg off. That's coming. That's coming. Want to do this?
More
All right, I'll teach you.
people.
So-
No, I'll teach it. I'm just saying there's more people showing up.
When you're ready,
I'm teaching this hit.
all right.
So we're
No,
gonna
no. When you're ready, we're gonna
Oh.
bend one knee
right that one.
and grab the ankle. If this is not easy, you can use a strap and pull the strap up and hold the heel near the hip like this. It's just a quick runner stretch. And what we're doing here is we're drawing the knees together and then tucking the tail. So you might feel a long stretch through the front of your bent leg's thigh. From here, hands can come to the hip. Welcome. And we're just gonna draw circles with the leg. So it's circling from the hip now. Kind of a hard balancing thing.
And
So,
feel-
you know, do what you need to do to stay in balance. If you need to hold on to a tree or something, that is fine, or a piece of furniture, or you can do this on the ground.
And you can also keep your circles kind of small, but if you know
When
if you're
you're
feeling
ready-
balanced, you can make it kind of wide.
When you're ready, we're gonna switch direction. Then, keeping that leg up, let's just swing it back and forth a little bit to loosen it up from the hip. Again, not necessarily an easy thing to do, particularly if balance isn't your strong suit, but you know, just get what you can. And then we'll do the other side. So shaking it off. This time we're bending the other knee, drawing the heel towards the hip, and bringing the knees together. We're gonna tuck the tail here, lengthening through the front of the quad, feeling a stretch here. And then when you're ready, little circles with the knee, maybe spiraling out the bigger circles. Find something on the ground that's not moving, if that helps with balance. When you're ready, switch the direction, go the other way. Maybe you're feeling this in your glutes, in your butt muscles, as they work to hold you up. Oh, and they work so hard. And when you're ready, we'll just swing that leg back and forth. Maybe swinging the arms in the opposite direction. Doing the best you can to loosen up here.
Hmm.
And now we'll do hips. So you can shake it on out. That's about all the balancing we're gonna have for today. Slide it close.
Hip rolls. So we're gonna step our feet out pretty wide, as wide as is comfortable for you. And you're just gonna circle through the hips, making big circles.
Again, really, yes, wonderful, Kathy. Explore your range here. If it means moving your arms around as you do this, that's fine. But one thing I really like to do is see how big of an orbit my hips can take. Like I'm hula hooping without a hula hoop. Invisible hula hooping.
Hips are the hoop. And when you're ready, switch the direction.
This next one is a lot of fun. I'm going to show it from the side. We're going to kind of play with the curvature of the low back here. I'm going to stick my tail out, so my knees are a little bent here, and then I'm going to draw it forward. So tail comes out and forward, back and forth, back and forth. So very simple movement. Looks totally crazy. you do this in your yard, the Capital Meats van will certainly stop and visit with you. So when you're ready, we're going to bring a circular motion in here. So as the hips come back, they come around and forward and then around and back. So it's like those hip rolls before, but just a little bit tighter. Feet can be a little bit closer for this, like maybe about hips width distance. You'll feel that little smaller circle here. It really is emphasized by the bending of one knee and then the other. And when you're ready, switch directions. And the other way. This one's very nice for the hikers in this group. Very, very nice hip warm up for hikers, as well as the wide leg. Figure eight.
Now you can come to back to stillness and step the feet out wide again. And we're going to make figure eights with the hips. So you can take one hip, bring it forward and then back, and then the other hip forward and back. So it's like we're making a figure eight with our hips.
Very nice. Yes. We're just going side to side. You can let the torso kind of be involved in here. It's sort of snaking side to side as it does this.
Then we're going to try to switch that direction. So you can take the hip from back to front, and the other one from back to front. It's just like you're drawing that same figure eight, but in the opposite direction.
You might be feeling this in your ankles, as well as in the hips and the knees. The whole leg is getting involved. Then what comes next? Everyone's favorite, shaking. Shaking. We'll do this for about an hour or so, and then, you know, we'll do another hour after that. And take it easy in your shake. If you've had a long day standing up, cutting hair, it can be an extra flop. If you've had a very relaxing day and you just want some energy, you can hop in place if you like. That's fine too. Whatever you prefer.
I have magnetic feet. Look at mine.
It's such a powerful practice that his feet became magnetic.
They bring the
you can shake some arms, you can shake a leg, maybe shaking one arm and one leg, maybe hopping around in a circle. Just using the water weight of the body to kind of move everything around inside. We're shaking the organs, we're shaking the skin, and we're shaking the bones. This very gentle impact shaking is actually really good for building bone density. So this is how you fight osteoporosis. Check in with me in like 40 years and see how I'm doing with that.
Too much sun over there?
Yeah. It's
right.
that sneaky time of year where the leaves are like half out. You will find the longer you shake, the more you feel the effects of the shake. This is especially good first thing in the morning. If you get out of bed and you just realize, wait a minute, what am I doing getting out of bed? I don't want to get out of bed. You have to get out of bed for whatever reason. Shake it off. Shake off the sleep. If you have a traumatic thing happen, God forbid, shake it off. That's what animals do. And we're animals too, I guess. So why not? What comes up with shaking?
Animals.
Neck, right?
Is it neck?
Neck, necks?
Necks are necks.
Necks are necks. And we're going to show some kind of weird stuff that we usually don't teach with this practice. You start off.
All right. So we can just come to, again, like a comfortable standing posture. And so the body's nice and tall. You can have a slight tuck to the tailbone. Shoulders are nice and relaxed down the back. And we're going to exhale the chin to the chest. And then we're going to inhale the right ear towards the right shoulder. Actually,
yeah, why not?
So we're going to do full neck rolls.
All right. So really there's an inhale and an exhale to this if you want it. So exhaling the chin to the chest, inhale the right ear towards the right shoulder and the chin comes up. Exhale the left ear towards the left shoulder, chin comes down. When the chin comes up, make sure to keep the back of the neck long here too. No need to crunch the head back. It's more a matter of lengthening the neck. It's like I'm drawing circles with my chin.
And when you're ready, switch the direction that you're rotating the neck. If it starts to get, if it gets pinchy ever, then don't do it.
You can just do half moons.
You can just do half moons where you just go ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. That's if it feels too pinchy when you take the neck back.
Chin comes back down. You can shake it off again if you got a little dizzy doing that, which I always do, so why not? This next thing, there's no formal name for this. We like to call it the Hellraiser. It's a very unusual neck stretch. Take your time with it. Do not give yourself whiplash. I'm going to gently look to the right twice, look to the left twice, look up and to the right twice, look up and to the left twice, and then look straight up twice. So to do it a little faster, this is what it looks like. And you time it with your breathing however you like. So the reason why we do this is we're actually using the brain to massage the inside of the skull, hence the little quick looks. But take it gently and slow, and don't do too many of these because you don't want to mess up your neck. So when you're ready, we'll come back to neutral, and Brian will teach us paintbrush on the head.
So this one, we're just gonna take the head side to side. So nice long neck here, and then just ear to shoulder, just going back and forth. You can keep it as gentle as you like. If you want to get extra stretch in the back of the neck, you could start to tuck the chin as you do this.
So you'll feel this in the upper trapezius muscle right here that goes from the neck to the shoulder. And the chin is down. Palms can be face out if you want to keep your heart open.
And then we can come back to center, and we're done with our necks.
Yes. What's next after the neck? The torso. So this is a 5-fold practice. We start with breathing, then arms and legs, then necks. Now we'll do torso. We'll be done forever. Maybe not. So from here, let's keep our arms kind of, open, palms face out. I'm just going to reach down with one arm and then down with the other. But the thing I want to emphasize is it's not a reaching up and a reaching up, but it's a reaching down, reaching down. So you're feeling a little bit of a sway in the torso here. And believe it or not, this is a organ massage for the organs inside of the body cavity. The torso, chest cavity. The lungs might even make a noise as they slide past each other. At least mine do.
You can even see if you can do your best to sort of isolate the motion just into the upper torso. Try to keep your head still. Try to keep your hips still.
Very strange movement. Not a bad one to whip out on a dance floor if you want to be extra weird. You get Tibetan switch. You get a whole lot of talking. Talk away.
Is that where we are?
Yeah. So feet can come about mat width distance. We're going to do some foot.
So we're just going to let the arms kind of flop side to side at first. You can just kind of be very gentle and relaxed with it. You don't have to get too hard. Swing your body side to side. If you want to bring a little more momentum into this, you can, but be mindful. The hands might start to travel up the body. Eventually, they're going to get up to about chest height. We're going to take the elbows back, take the palms out flat like we're skimming water at chest height. We're going to add in a breathing exercise to this. So what happens is we inhale as we twist to the right, exhale with a shh as we twist to the left. Now we're going to turn the forearms up, face the palms at the head, making goalpost arms. Continue that breathing. Relaxing those shoulders. Then we're going to take the arms out and down at about waist height. continuing that breathing though. And then eventually we're just going to make our way back to center, so you can just
Unwinding.
sort of slowly
Maybe
unwind,
shaking it off
arms
too.
flopping, and feel free to shake.
All right. More twisting. So feet can come kind of wide, and I'm going to turn my feet out at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to bend my knees and then take the palms of the hands, palm face down, right on top of my thighs here. I'm going to inhale my spine long. Just so to show you real quick what that looks like. It's not like this. It's like this. Like nice long spine, tuck tail. And then I'm going to exhale, twist to one side. Should feel kind of nice. Inhaling up, exhaling, twisting to the other side. Inhaling up, exhale, inhaling, exhaling. And just continue at your own pace. No hurry at all. No ever.
Oh yeah. So we'll come back to center. We're going to turn the feet in, so now they're facing forward.
Where the feet are parallel.
You can hang down. We're going to interlace the hands. We're going to inhale, coming up, taking the arms up overhead. Your hips can even come a little forward if you like, and then we're going to exhale with a ha. So we'll do that a few times, inhaling up, exhaling with a ha. As you come down, take it at your own pace. Go slow if you need to. If you get dizzy, just stop. Ha. 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 Ha.
And then next time you come forward, you can just stay forward. This is our last movement until we do more traditional yoga stuff. We're going to do a spinal stretch and call it a day. So the heels of the palms can come right into the hip crease here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale, pushing down on my hands to lengthen my spine here. Shoulders might come up by the ears. That's okay. And then exhale, fold forward, making a noise if you like. So again, inhale, pushing up, lengthening the spine by pushing down on the hands. Exhaling, couple more. Inhaling up. One more. And then next time you fold forward, feel free to swipe off one leg, swipe off the other leg, swipe off the arms, swipe off the head, swipe off the torso, and we'll bounce our way back up to standing. See how we're doing for time. We do a sun salutation just because we opened everything up. Oh, we have loads of time. It's 6:35.
Oh, goody.
So let's do a sun salutation, just one more sort of spinal back and forth kind of thing. And then we'll take it to the ground and do seated hip openers and all sorts of wonderful lie on the ground stuff that everybody loves, or at least I love. So coming to the top of the mat, feet can be either right next to each other or hips width distance. And we'll take it slow. So, feel free to breathe a lot for each movement. We'll inhale the arms up above the head, maybe slight back bend here. Exhale, folding forward slowly, bending the knees if needed, coming into a forward fold. From here, let's hang out in this forward fold for just a second. So bend your knees as much as you need to make it comfortable. You can loosen the neck and let the head drape down. And if you want, you can take the first two fingers of each hand in between the big toe and the second toe. for the yoga, the famous yoga toe grip, the infamous yoga toe grip that lives in infamy in all the yoga books. This is Pada Gustasana. So from here, having our fingers in between the big toe and the second toe, let's bend the elbows out to the side, lift the tail up towards the sky, exhale towards your head, towards the knees, your belly towards your thighs, and work on inhaling, lengthening the spine, and then exhaling, folding deeper forward. You can experiment with straightening and bending the knees as much as you need to. And then when you're ready, we'll take the hands out from between the toes. And inhaling, place the palms of the hands on the shins. Keep the neck slightly tucked here. We'll come up for a flat back. It's as if I could serve a great, wonderful sushi boat on my back here. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Inhaling. And then on your next exhale, we'll fold forward again and plant the hands on either side of the feet. You can step or jump the feet back for plank. Again, we're going to chill out here for a minute. So do what you need to do. If you want to bring your knees down and do half plank, totally fine. Otherwise, we'll hang out here in plank, tucking the tail, lifting through the low belly, making the heart open here. So shoulders kind of open back to meet each other in the by the spine. We'll inhale deeply. And then when you're ready, everybody bring your knees down and we'll exhale through knees, chest, chin to come all the way down onto our bellies. Possibly your face is in a big pile of grass or pollen, as the case may be. When you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll gently peel up for a small little baby cobra. So small you could lift up your hands. Very nice. And then exhale, come all the way down. Resting for a second, maybe forehead on the mat or one ear on the mat, whatever you like. And this time, let's inhale up into like a medium cobra. This is like a teenage cobra. So my elbows are still bent here, but the main thing is my shoulders aren't up by my ears here. They're coming down nice and low. Shoulder blades coming together on the back. Heart is shining open. When you're ready, exhale back down again. You can rest the forehead on the mat or the other ear on the mat. Hanging out for just a second. And then if you want to take it a little further, it's your choice whether to do full cobra on the next inhale, coming all the way up, straightening the arms, keeping the heart open here. So not something where there's a pinch in my low back, but something where the heart is actually curving open. Or you can come into upward facing dog here, where my knees are off the mat and I'm resting on the tops of my feet. Your choice. When you're ready, we'll exhale, coming forward again, tuck the toes, bend the knees, coming through tabletop, and then lifting up the hips for downward facing dog. An old friend for many people who do yoga. So in this downward facing dog, make it comfortable. Take your time with it, maybe pedaling out one heel and then the other. Make sure that your shoulders are coming down towards your tailbone. So it might mean coming forward a little bit through the shoulders so you're not way back here, but you have a nice long neck.
If you want to take a twist, let's take our left arm, and you can reach for the your right leg, either the outside of the in the calf. Thank you.
Or the back of the knee.
The back of the knee, whatever. You can even turn to look under your right armpit. And coming back to center, if you want to continue doing this twisting, this now will take the right arm, right hand to the outside of the left calf or knee, ankle, whatever. You can turn to look under your left armpit. Coming back to center, back into your downward facing dog.
And then just get whatever else you need from that downward facing dog. Maybe hop a little bit in place or bounce the hips.
or bending one knee and then the other, stretching the back of the hamstring. And then when you're ready, just gently walk the feet towards the hands at the top of the mat. You might need the knees to be pretty bent here. That's totally fine. And we'll exhale, folding forward again into a forward fold.
Yeah. So Padahastasana. This time we're going to take our whole hand, our palms, and put them underneath of the foot, all the way up to the wrist.
So you lift one foot, like kind of staying on the heel, and place that palm face up under the sole of that foot, and then bring it back down on the palm, and then do it with the other foot.
And then what we're trying to do is, you can bend the elbows a little bit out to the side as you let the head relax down. You try to sort of straighten the knees, but feel free to keep a little bend in the knees if you want to. And while you're doing this, make sure the shoulders aren't coming up around the ears as well, but that you're trying to actually bring the shoulders down and back as well, so we don't have creeping shoulders.
No creeping shoulders today. Save that for Halloween.
And when you're ready to come out of this, just take the hands out.
And fold forward again. On the next inhale, let's come up to that flat back again. Remember to hug the chin here, lengthening the cervical spine. That's the top of your neck here. And then when you're ready, exhale, folding forward, bend the knees. We'll inhale the arms out wide and up, coming back to standing. Exhaling, palms come together down in front of the heart, and then maybe down by your sides. Very nice. We'll shake it on off, and then let's get on down, man. You want to get us on down? That way.
Getting down?
Yeah.
Well, let's have a fun with it. So
Ooh, have a fun.
all right, we'll have a fun with it.
Let's have a fun.
So let's bring the feet to hips width distance parallel, both facing in the same direction. Let's take our arms out, palms face down. The Frankenstein, I call this.
Very traditional. Frankenstein.
Frankensteinasana. And then we'll come up onto the balls of the feet. And then
we lied about no more balancing. This is totally balancing.
And then we're going to come down, but see if you can keep your heels up as you bend the knees and slowly make your way to the ground. Ooh.
Try to keep the knees tracking right over the feet.
Try to
Not easy, but you all are doing beautiful.
And then when you get down, you don't have to do anything graceful. You can put your hands down and just kind of flop down onto your butts. Push all the pollen off of your mat.
Yeah, just push the pollen off of your mat, the whole thing. And from here, let's just do bound to angle because it's so great and looks like we're probably not that far from it anyway. So bound to angle, we draw the soles of the feet together and they can be real close to your hips or they can be far from your hips, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever is easiest for you. And then, what's that? Oh, you're just
I'll just
clearing your throat.
clear my throat.
And then from here, with a nice long spine and no hurry at all, just take your time. We'll sort of open the feet out like you're opening the pages of a book, and then lengthening the spine will gently start to fold forward here. So really, as I said, take your time. We're going to be here for a good 10 breaths or so. So, you know, if it's just a little bit forward and your arms are right out in front of you, holding you in place, that's totally fine. If you find yourself kind of swaying side to side, that might kind of help you work your way down into the hips. If you find you're coming forward, but it feels like your hips are getting caught up under you, you can take your hands to either side of one hip, turn the meat down and out on one side and then the other to further open the hips, and then continue coming forward from there, possibly onto your elbows, possibly resting on your forehead. If you're practicing at home and you have a block, you can always rest your head on a block. Just take your time in this. If you need to come out a little bit, that's fine. If you find yourself collapsing deeper and deeper into it, that's fine too. Very nice. Very, very nice. With each inhale, the spine gets long. With each exhale, you fold a little deeper.
And when you're ready, you can push yourself back up. We're gonna come into fire log. So this looks like this. We're gonna take one leg parallel to the mat, and then we're gonna try to stack the other leg on top of it like this. It's okay if you have a gap here. And it's also if you have if you got
You
like
have bony ankles.
yeah, if you got bony ankles and knees and
Feel
it
free
kind
to
of
put a
hurts,
piece of fabric or a blanket or something.
you can
in
even
between
jam your mat
ankle
up in
and
there
knee.
like that.
Ooh, tie your hips. We've been bike riding, haven't we?
And walking.
Ooh, hello.
So
And there might be a big gap between the bottom ankle and the knee.
That's
That's totally fine. You could put a block there if you have a block or something like that.
and you can just hang out here feeling the opening in the hip like this. It's already a pretty
Yeah, it's hard.
intense posture. If you feel like you want to go further, you can exhale and fold over the legs. Or you can slowly walk the hands down as well. Or you don't have to do it at all. You can just stay right where you are
Yes,
and
this
just
is a deep one.
feel it right here.
This is real.
All right, so
I
whenever
gotta
you're
get
ready to
up.
come out of it, we'll just come back.
Yowza.
Let's actually put our hands
Ooh, let's
behind
do
us.
the mud flap girl.
Yes, we'll put our hands out in front of us. Keep the knees
Or
bent. Put
behind
the
us.
yes, that's what I meant. And put the feet on the ground, the knees up, and we're just gonna let the knees fall side to side,
Oh, heaven.
relieving any.
Relieving sore butts. Or gluteus minimus and tight side muscles around the hips.
All right, and then we'll come back and we'll do the so whatever leg you had on the bottom before, switch that leg. And so first leg comes parallel to the mat. Oh, and it's always good to keep your feet activated. And so we will take the flex, that's what I mean. And then we'll take the next leg and put it on top. Again, same exact idea, whatever you need to do to make this comfortable for you. Sit up nice and tall here. If you feel like folding over the legs, go for it.
If you don't feel like it, don't do it. That's like the best yoga advice anyone's ever given me. If you don't feel like it, don't do it.
And definitely don't do it if
If it
feels-
hurts,
if it
don't
hurts.
even bother. I
And
mean, it might hurt a little, and that's okay. But if it's like, oh, this is excruciating pain,
I'm damaging something,
it's not worth it.
don't do it.
Save your hips, save your legs. One side might be a little bit more or less tight than the other.
Totally okay to be like, wow, I'm so awesome in this pose, and then go to do it on the other side, and you're like, what? I can't do this at all. We're not symmetrical, and so it's okay.
And no one's gonna win the yoga competition because there isn't one. Thank God. Yes. Yowza.
And when you're ready to come out of this, we're going to do the same exact thing we did last time. Put our hands behind us, the feet on the earth, knees up, and just let the knees fall side to side.
I think this final twist would be very nice today.
Okay.
After all this drama.
How are we looking on time? Oh yeah, we got this in the bag. So a spinal twist.
Oh, how wonderful. Something nice.
So let's take
Something gentle.
Ah,
So we're just gonna come all the way down.
oh, you're doing it on your back. Okay, that kind of spinal.
Yes, this is like the end of class kind of spinal twist, which is nice. Knees are bent, soles of the feet are flat on the mat. I'm going to draw my knees up towards my chest and kind of bump my hips off to the right, just a little bit, like a couple inches or so, and then let my knees fall one on top of the other to the left. If you like doing a spinal twist where you cross the right knee or the right leg over the left and maybe even cross the right foot behind the left ankle, that's fine. Just let the legs come to the left, arms come out in a T. You can lift up through the left shoulder and bring the right shoulder down closer to the ground, because the idea here is that we're keeping both shoulders tracking towards the ground. And then feel free to look out over your right shoulder and just rest here in this twist. If you want to bend the left elbow and take your hand and hook it around the outside of the right knee, that's fine too. Might give you a little bit of extra push in this twist. There we go. And just breathe deep here. And then when you're ready, bringing the knees back up, hips come back down to the mat. Soles of the feet come flat on the mat. And this time we'll bump our hips out to the left just a little bit. And it's your choice here whether you draw the knees in towards the chest and then let them fall together to the right side, or if you like to take the left leg, take it around the right, maybe twisting the left foot behind the right ankle, and then taking the legs to the right that way. From here, we'll keep our arms in a T, lift up through the right shoulder to bring the left shoulder down. And then if you like, you look over your left shoulder and you can even take the right hand to the outside of the left knee for a little extra pull there. Breathing deep.
So when you're ready, we're gonna come back to center and get ready for final relaxation pose, Shavasana. If there are any other postures or stretches, anything you want to do before coming into Shavasana, you can take some time to do that right now. And when you're ready to come into Shavasana, we're going to take the left foot towards the left side of the mat, or right foot towards the right side of the mat, and just let the feet fall out to the side. Arms are going to come down and palms face up. Slight tuck of the chin so that you have a nice long neck. So that means if you open your eyes, you're looking straight up and not sort of up and behind you or up and down, up and below you, but just straight up in the air. And just relax, release everything, release any controlled breathing. And just sort of, we're just sitting here noticing the effects of the practice, letting them sink in.
When you're ready, if you're ready, and start wiggling fingers and toes, bringing some life back to the body. You can turn the palms face down, face up, face down, face up, and turn the toes back and forth, back and forth. Just waking up the limbs of the body. You can turn the head gently side to side. And then coming to stillness, feel free to take the arms long above the head, draw the legs together, stretching long. And then bending the knees, we'll roll off to one side or the other, resting for just a second in a fetal position. No hurry at all. honoring your body, honoring your practice. Oh, look, it's Adam and Eve.
Hey, here comes Adam and Eve.
Our friends. And when you're ready, push ourselves back up to seated. Those who have practiced with us last year in the field might remember the illustrious Adam and Eve, our barking friends. Their names are actually Adam and Eve, which is too much. They live right over there. They're very friendly. Oh, stop. And when you're ready, we'll do just a couple rounds of prana mudra. So feel free to bring yourself to a comfortable seat. I know it would not be an outdoor yoga class without our visitors. Oh man.
All bark.
All bark. No yoga. So inhaling the arms out wide and up. Exhaling, pushing down with the palms. One more time, inhaling arms out wide and up. Exhaling, pushing down. And then this last time, we'll inhale the arms out wide and up. You can draw the palms together. We'll exhale, bringing the palms right to the center of the chest. If you wish to join me in an Om, you are more than welcome. Inhaling deeply. The light in me sees and honors the light in all of you, both human and canine. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Great job, everyone. We'll see you all next week, and we'll probably be out here again.
Thank you, Stacy. All right. Well,
Is that Stacy?
there we go.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Good to see you